Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, all in crypto here, and welcome back, guys, for what is going to be nothing short of another jam-packed daily cryptocurrency market update. And my apologies for not delivering one of these updates over the weekend. I had some pretty urgent matters that I had to take care of. However, we are back, but back hopefully with a bang. And in this update, we are going to be talking, or certainly starting the video off, talking about gold and silver that are expected to do rather well against the dollar. And why is this significant to you as a cryptocurrency investor? Well, because crypto is going to do well for the same reasons that gold and silver is going to do, and it's actually going to be over or outperforming them, I should say. And we're going to be showing you why that is technically plausible. And we've continued to reiterate this, that you are going to see an asset bubble be created, essentially. You're going to see almost like a blow off top style situation for the markets that we're still yet to experience. You know, we're very bullish on the markets from a technical perspective, from a macro perspective, you know, from a kind of bottom up approach. When we break down the markets technically and we sort of theorize what's going on, it's a very clear picture that is painted. And we've been on this kind of assets are going up train for a while now. Of course, Bitcoin's done very well. Altcoin's a little bit sleepy. We do have some altcoins like Arweave, for example, that we announced that's about 500% up, some 200-300% up. And you want to unlock that, do consider becoming a patron. We're currently running the 1 to 100K challenge. But we're going to be starting things off with, of course, silver. Take a look at gold and then dividing silver and gold by Bitcoin and the total two, which is a total market cap excluding Bitcoin. We're also going to fly by that chart, the Bitcoin chart, the Bitwise top 10 crypto index fund chart. And we're also going to be looking at a little bit of news and on-chain analytics. So strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. We have a hell of a lot to get into. Let's break it all down. Now, this is going everywhere on Twitter. This has been something we've been watching for a while now, is this big macro kind of cup and handle that's been setting up for silver really since the 1970s. And gold has essentially a smaller version of this. So the one that gold's been in really has been taking place in sort of 2011. And it's been setting up a very similar pattern. Remember, we had that head and shoulders in here. And you can see your necklines here. That target is around about $2,659. It's well and truly making its way onto the first target that we have. Then we have a potential bull flag target that takes you towards what is also a head and shoulders target in the sort of 3,500 region. Silver also on a similar trajectory. We're going to show you that over on TradingView. And then we're going to relate this to the cryptocurrency space because it's important to understand other markets. So if we go to a monthly time frame, because this is a huge pattern, we're going to take volume off because it's not going to be applicable here. And you can see this is essentially what everybody is now talking about. And depending on whether you want to use a log target or a non-log target for this, you're looking at about potentially a $600 silver price. And you're going to say, well, all in crypto, how can you say silver's going to $600 when you've only got gold projected, which is and I'm not saying it 100% is, but I'm saying that there's definitely technical merit to expect that. You've got silver that can go up literally 20x from where it currently is. Gold, unfortunately, which is why, you know, even myself, I have more silver than I do gold. But gold is only going to do sort of like a 47% return. I think it could potentially go a lot higher than that. But if anybody's familiar with the work that Francis Hunt has done in regards to the gold and silver ratio, actually there's technical merit to very much expect the amount of gold that you would need, or the amount of silver in a gold ounce, silver to gold ratio, just how much silver makes up 1 gold ounce. You're looking at a real drop for this. So right now, you need 76 ounces of silver to get a gold ounce. Okay, so what's a kilo? How much does that cost? That's about right. So a kilo is like 800 quid in the UK. It's 30-something ounces. And then obviously times that by 2. That's roughly about the price of gold. In pounds, I'm working this all out. But you are potentially looking at a real move for silver against gold, which is very interesting. And again, bringing this all back to why we're showing you this as a crypto channel is because if we divide Bitcoin and gold, so what we're doing is we're pricing Bitcoin and gold now instead of the dollar. So fundamentally, let's just address why silver and gold are going up. It's because of the same reason that Bitcoin and assets broadly are going up in regards to what they're doing to the money supply. It is now increasing again. We're going to see the taps really being turned back on. The taps never really stopped because even though you had Jerome Powell sort of coming back off, you have the Treasury continuing to do what they're doing because the system where it's at, it's in a kind of spiraling nature. Because of the size of it, it's like a snowball. It's picking up more momentum as it's sort of rolling down the hill. So you're going to get essentially the continued proliferation and accelerated rate of the money supply. This is why gold and silver are bullish. This is why, technically when you look at the stock market, which Bitcoin and crypto is also an uptrend against, that's bullish. And ultimately, that's when you look at Bitcoin in relation and crypto in relation to those, it's going to do even better than them. And that's what we're trying to do here. And I do still think that the Fed is going to actually step back in and support the bond market because they're going to have no other choice. And they're going to do that through printing money. And this is the kind of great game. But if we look now that we've sort of explained all of that and technically shown you what we're looking at for silver, gold, and even, gold-silver ratio, this is Bitcoin against gold. So this broke out of its downtrend here. There had been a bullish divergence that was present. Some people don't like bullish divergences. I do like the RSI divergence. It's not a trading signal necessarily, but it's a relative signal, just like I like putting the 30 weekly moving average on. Helps to simplify things, which I think is good. There was a small technical pattern in here. You made that target, you had a bit of a pullback, and then you pushed on higher, potentially setting up a broader target. So you could have a target here, which would be this first one, and then you could have a target up here if this sets up like I think it will. And you're probably coming back and supporting on the 30 weekly moving average as it is. So Bitcoin is in an uptrend against gold. And probably more importantly for me and many of you out there that are more stuffed with altcoins, so is the total too. So you could say there's perhaps a technical pattern here that you might even have made the target on, although not really because that right shoulder would have ran. But thereabouts. But anybody that studies stage analysis, anybody that studies Wyckoff market cycles or Dow theory will essentially assess this as now an uptrending chart. So total to the altcoin market, everything excluding Bitcoin is in an uptrend against gold. And we've looked at silver and how well that's going to do. But the good news for us as crypto investors is we can now divide total 2 by silver. Very similar chart. It's broken out. It's been weaker because silver's been rather strong. But I do think that this is now in an uptrend against silver. So if silver's going up, total 2 is going to be going up even more, and silver's going to do spectacularly. Remember, this is the cryptocurrency market. And also, BTC is likely going to do very well, and it's probably stronger than the total 2. See, this is at new all-time highs against silver. So get ready for a great time in the cryptocurrency space, but markets more broadly. We've got bullish patterns for silver and gold. When you look at Bitcoin and the total 2 in relation to silver and gold, it's going to do even better. It's worth explaining this sort of stuff because it's amazing how technical analysis can give you this sort of really well rounded opinion on the market that you're interested in by comparing it not just to the fiat system, but also other markets. And there's this underlying bullish narrative for all of these markets, which is the same, and it's the further proliferation and devaluation of the fiat systems. And we're seeing that, we're seeing lots of evidence of that. This is the total cryptocurrency market cap. Remember, really what we're waiting for here is the formation of this pattern here that we're looking at, which is an inverse head and shoulders, which is likely going to see the total market cap of the cryptocurrency space, excluding Bitcoin, so total 2, get to that sort of $3.7 trillion mark, all the way up here. Which isn't as big a run against silver in terms of the percentages that silver's going to do. So this is where you're looking at for the total market cap. Remember, we're expecting this to form. If we look at the top 10 crypto index fund, we still have that higher technical target for it. We were looking at this break here. That's how we got this technical target. Perfect break, perfect retest, very textbook before continuation. This is not obviously in the UK. I think this is it on Euroclear? No, it's OTC. So it is actually in the US. And if we look at Bitcoin now, you're getting all these bullish signs across the board. So this is a top 10 crypto index fund. It's just the top 10 cryptocurrencies, excluding stablecoins. Also very bullish. I'm sure I've got Grayscale's trusts on here as well. Stellar Lumens, link. Target for the Ethereum Trust got made. I think this is still at a discount, by the way. Obviously, I do think we're going to get news on the back end of an Ethereum ETF that's going to see it do well. And then let's break things down into Bitcoin. We'll fly by a little bit of sort of on-chain analytics in just a second. We did say this looked very bull flag-esque for Bitcoin. Just setting up in a channel, and it does look likely to be correcting itself. Ethereum was the better bull flag. You can see you're now making your way up, descending, which is what you want a pullback, of course, to be, which is what a pullback is, I should say, in an uptrend. But across the board, wherever you look, ladies and gents, things look absolutely fantastic, and we do expect pretty monster bull market to take place. Solana also setting up nicely. Let's cover a tiny little bit of news before I love and leave you. And the first place I want to start is with what Venezuelan government just announced. So they have claimed that their plans to disconnect all Bitcoin mining farms is due to their high electricity consumption, leading to frequent power failures in surrounding areas. The Ministry of Electric Energy state that this action will prevent distributions in power supply, ensuring reliable services for all Venezuelans. Very interesting. Again, if you want a great example of why socialism doesn't work, there are many of them about. And Venezuela, of course, is one. Venezuela, by the way, for those of you that don't know, I think is the most oil-rich country in the world. Yet the vast majority of people in Venezuela live in poverty. It has a totally worthless currency. Shame. It doesn't need to be that way. But hey-ho, this is not a political channel. Even if I do delve into that and bring that up every now and then. I'm a big fan of sort of your Austrian economists. And that's really why Bitcoin made a lot of sense to me. Willy Woo. So on-chain analytics, I have to admit, doesn't work great in a bear market, but it does work in a bull. And we've always said that. And this was the sort of profit taking now come to an end. So people no longer taking profit. Profit taking was shooting up around that sort of all-time high level for Bitcoin, as you can see here, which is it's where you would expect people to take profits around a key level of significance. Since that, it's sort of come right back down. So that is it from me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you found that interesting. You know, we can technically back up everything that we say on this channel and give reasoning for it. This is why when we have pullbacks for the cryptocurrency space, we are always stood on very sturdy ground because of the kind of thought and the well-rounded nature of how we look at the markets. And if you want to take that a step further, do become a Patreon. We are doing a meeting tonight. You'll also unlock my portfolio, my 1 to 100x challenge. You name it, you'll unlock it. And of course, you get to be part of an amazing community. That is it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. And again, apologies for no updates over the weekend. I had some matters that I had to attend to. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a magic Monday, and I'll see you all in the next one.